This is Jeffrey Crivero, and I'm conducting an oral history with Honey Caldwell. The interview is being conducted at the Zellwood Community Center in Zellwood, Florida, on Saturday, March 25th, 2023. Mrs. Caldwell, thank you for speaking with us today. Would you please begin by stating your name and telling us a bit about where you're from and what life was like for you growing up?
Well, my name is Honey Caldwell. It's really Barbara, but I've always been called Honey. And I was born, they told me, at the old Sedona nursery, so I'm not sure where that was. There must have been a house there. And I was born there. And I lived in Zellwood until I was between 4 and 5. And we lived at one time at this Davenport. The artist had a garage apartment, and I even remember to have pictures of my brother and I living there. And then my dad got a job at Monsanto Chemical Company in Columbia, Tennessee. So we moved to Tennessee when I was a little less than 5. And we stayed up there until I was in the 7th grade. And then we moved down here. Dad and my Uncle Ralph Osborne were building a machine shop. They were going in business together. And they were doing work for, I can't remember his name now, that he was president of the New York Stock Exchange and got in jail for a while for embezzling. And then he came down here and bought property and was going to raise Ramey. And I don't know what happened to that, but that kind of fell through. So we went back to Tennessee. And then I came down here in the 7th and 8th grades. I don't even remember the years, 40-something. And I went to school in Apopka. And I just remember a lot of the talk. My great-grandfather, I see out here where he came in 1916, and he was a principal and teacher at Zellwood Elementary School. And let's see, what else?
Where did you attend grade school, and what are some memories that stand out?
I'm sorry.
Where did you attend grade school, and what are some memories?
I went to Tennessee mm-hmm. until I was in the 7th grade, and then I came down here. So all the time I was in grade school, I was up there, but I came here to Apopka in the 7th grade, and I graduated from Apopka. And only 52 people in my class when we graduated. And I don't know, I've always been around here. And we moved back to Tennessee one more time, and then we came down for good when I was in the last part of the 10th grade. And then I graduated from Apopka. And a good place to live. And I was related to a good many of the people that live here. My great-grandfather came down and brought his 2 daughters, who married 2 of the Vincent brothers. And let me see what else.
Can you tell us about the Miss Zellwood? The Miss Zellwood.
Well, I was in the 7th grade. Or 8th grade, I'm not sure which one it was now. But they were raising money. And, you know, that was when a penny was money. And so they put pictures up and different things of all the girls that were running. And I got the most pennies, so I was Miss Zellwood in the 8th grade, I guess.
And what were you raising money for?
For the community center. They were building the community center at that time. My dad would come home from work, and he would come up here and check what they were doing, you know, if they were doing it right, I guess he thought. And so my dad and mom, we all lived here ever since. I married a boy from Apopka, and Harvey Caldwell, and we pretty much through the years have come to the community center dinners until we got where we could drive, and then we had to stop. But we've been very much interested in the community center. And Zellwood was a good place to live, good place to grow up.
What are some of your favorite things about your community?
Well, you knew everybody for one thing, and I don't know, we got together a lot, you know. We had dinners, the church had dinners, and I remember the church, well, I don't know the ladies, whether it was the church or the community center or what, but they had what they call purloo, which was chicken and rice dinners, I guess once a month at the school. And I can remember going to them forever until they stopped. And my mother had sisters that lived here, and I had aunts and uncles, and I don't know, it was just a fun place. We never got real bored. I mean, we didn't do a lot, but then nobody did back then. But it was just a real fun place to live.
Tell us about some of the changes that you've seen in the community over the years. What's changed the most?
Well, of course, they've got more people here. And basically, that's maybe one of the biggest changes, is the amount of people Zellwood Station came. And of course, there are a lot of good people living out there. I'm friends with a lot of them. And I've always gone to church in Zellwood until recently, off and on, I'll say. And I don't know, it was just home.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to add or expand on? Do you have any final thoughts you want to share?
Well, I could think of things when I was at home, but I can't now.
Well, that's all right. This was excellent. Thank you so much for sharing your time and speaking with us today.
Okay.
Well, thanks so much, Ms. Caldwell. This has been Jeffrey Crivero with Honey Caldwell on March 25th, 2023.